Truly wonderful the mind of a child is.
We would be honored if you would join us.
Hey guys, so we've always seen Jedi as grown adults who are masterful in the Force and their own emotions, for that matter. However, in the prequel trilogy, we finally get to see the preliminary stages of how a Jedi Master, or Padawan even, gets to the point that he or she is at. And that is by first entering the Academy as a youngling. As we see Yoda training a school full of them, where we get this ancient Grand Master so powerful with the Force, now teaching the next generation, who will go on to breathe continuous life into the Order and the Jedi. Then of course that all came to a blazing halt when Anakin got in the picture, but we won't get to that in this video. While they were very young, almost toddlers even, we can see that they were using lightsabers in this scene. Now, what kind of lightsabers are these? With the mind of a child, no matter how wonderful, as Yoda says, their accuracy, motor skills, and overall dueling experience are in their infancy stages. Surely they can't be using real lightsabers strong enough to cut the limbs off their classmates, could they? They actually were. However, the crystal was dumbed down. You see, Jedi used Anakin crystals, at least back when everything we knew about the movies was canon. These crystals helped Force users bond with their weapon. It let the Force flow freely through them and allowed one to harness the Force within it and themselves. Later, after Order 66, Palpatine set a ban on all crystals that could be used in making a lightsaber. For this reason, it's still a cool fan theory to think that Luke is using Qui-Gon's lightsaber crystal in his green bladed weapon. As for the Younglings, they used a variant of this Anakin crystal, Cathracite it was called. This was the most common form of Anakin crystal, followed by Relicite and Danite. Cathracite crystals were the weakest of the Anakin crystals and often used to create training lightsabers for the Younglings. They produced a weak pale green or blue blade, which produced very little heat and was impossible to inflict wounds. So what made them so weak if they were from the main crystal source itself? Well, while Cathracite crystals were perfectly stable, small imperfections in their crystal matrices acted as a buffer and reduced the damage to the lightsaber overall. This made it a pretty good choice to use for a youngling's first lightsaber. This kinda sounds like the opposite of Kylo's blade, don't you think? His is extremely unstable with imperfections, however it seems much more powerful, like it burns at a hotter and more volatile temperature.
You are so right.
Spewing sparks in every direction. Now we can see why the younglings never even tried to fight back against Anakin. Not in the movies, not in the novels, or even in the comics. Because even if they could stand a chance, their lightsabers just weren't real. Maybe someone should have replaced Obi-Wan's crystal with a Cathracite. Maybe then Anakin would have reached his full potential. Who knows what would have happened to top the high ground had Anakin not fallen to Darth Vader's destiny. I hope this provided some insight on the weapons that the younglings used, and now we can see that they weren't really real lightsabers. It would be kind of weird if they did, seeing as how they were so young and inexperienced with the Force and dueling. Let me know what your thoughts are on these little safety lightsabers, and I'll chime in. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all in the next episode of Star Wars Theory. Until then, my fellow Jedi and Sith friends, remember,
The Force will be with you. Always.
Now, fulfill